He's the wild-haired genius who redefined the universe, the man whose name became synonymous with brilliant, the pacifist who helped build the most destructive weapon in history, and the patent clerk who, in one miraculous year, changed physics forever. This is the complete life story of Albert Einstein, from a quiet birth in Germany to his final days in America, and the legacy that still shapes our world today. Hit that subscribe button, and let's begin right at the very beginning. After graduating in 1979, Einstein's academic record wasn't exactly in the kingdom of German Empire. He struggled to find a teaching position. For nearly 2 years, he was unemployed, relying on sporadic tutoring to make ends meet. It's a humbling reminder that even the greatest minds face significant large and angular. Then a pivotal moment arrived. In 1902, he doesn't speak. He secured a job almost technical expert. When he finally does, this might seem like a humble beginning for someone, a habit that worries his revolutionize and earns him the nickname, but it provided him with stability and, crucially, time to think. 1894, and it was during this period, family moves to his personal life. Took a 15-year-old Albert stays behind in Munich to finish school. Mileva Marić, a fellow physics student and a truly brilliant mind in her own right. Learning, she was the only military-style physics class. He drops out at 15 without a diploma and joins his family relationship that would become one of the most. A year later, talked about love stories the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Their intellectual partnership and shared passion for physics. He aces the math and physics part of the entrance exam, but fails to the profound impact personal. He spends a year at a progressive Swiss high school in the most groundbreaking finally graduates after years of dedication. 1909 marked the Polytechnic to study physics and finally secured an academic position, becoming a professor in Zurich. His journey continued through Prague and back to Zurich, before a significant move to Berlin in 1914. It was in 1915 that he unveiled his groundbreaking general theory of relativity, forever changing our understanding of gravity as the curvature of space. He's an outspoken pacifist, socialist, and Zionist. Uses fame to campaign for world government, disarmament, civil rights. 1932. Hitler rises. Einstein, Jewish and anti-Nazi, is targeted. His house is raided. Gormang. Bounty put on his head about $1 million today. December 1932, leaves Germany for good. Accepts position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton. Then came 1919. British eclipse expedition provided the crucial evidence, confirming his prediction that starlight bends around the sun. The world took notice. On November 7th, the Times of London declared, "Revolution in science. New theory of the universe. Newtonian ideas overthrown overnight." Albert Einstein transformed from a dedicated researcher into the most famous scientist on the planet. It's a powerful reminder that perseverance and brilliant insight can truly reshape our world. While the world celebrated Einstein as a rock star in the 1920s, his marriage to Mileva Marić was sadly falling apart. They divorced in 1919, a difficult chapter for both of them. In that same year, he married his cousin, Eliseider Winter. His 2 sons, with Mileva, Hans Albert and Edward, had very different paths. Hans Albert went on to become an accomplished engineer, while Edward pursued psychiatry but tragically struggled with schizophrenia. The 1920s were a whirlwind for Einstein. He was a global sensation, touring the world and captivating audiences. From America to Japan, Palestine to South America, crowds would mob him wherever he went. Imagine visiting New York in 1921 and seeing 20,000 people eager to catch a glimpse of him. It's a powerful reminder that even those who achieve extraordinary public success often face deeply personal struggles. It's a testament to the human experience, where brilliance and vulnerability can coexist. October 1933 arrives in the US, never returns to Germany. 1939, the darkest moment. Physicists Leo Szilard, and Eugene Wigner convinced Einstein to sign a letter to President Roosevelt warning that Nazi Germany might build an atomic bomb, and the US should start research. August 2, 1939. Einstein signs the letter. It leads directly to the Manhattan Project. Later he says, "Had I known they would not succeed in making the bomb, I would have done nothing." And famously, "I made one great mistake in my life when I signed the letter to President Roosevelt recommending that atom bombs be made." 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Einstein is devastated in the summer of 1939 as storm clouds gathered over Europe. A group of brilliant Hungarian physicists, Leo's Eugene Bigoneru and Edward Teller, grew increasingly alarmed. Recent breakthroughs in nuclear fission had opened the terrifying possibility that Nazi Germany could develop an atomic bomb. They knew that only one man's name carried enough weight to catch the attention of the President of the United States, Albert Einstein. Szilard drafted a letter warning that uranium could be turned into a new and devastating source of energy, one that might produce extremely powerful bombs of a new type. The letter urged the US government to begin its own research program before it was too late. On August 2, 1939, Einstein signed it, delivered personally to President Franklin D. Roosevelt by economist Alexander Sachs. The letter helped spark government interest in atomic research. It played a key role in the eventual creation of the Manhattan Project, the massive secret effort that would produce the world's first atomic bombs. Einstein himself never worked on the project. His pacifist views and German background led to him being denied security clearance. His involvement was limited to that single signature. But when the war ended and the bombs fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945, Einstein was shattered. The images of destruction and human suffering haunted him. He later reflected on the fear that had driven the letter, the dread that Hitler might get the bomb first. In a 1947 interview, he said, "Had I known that the Germans would not succeed in producing an atomic bomb, I would have never lifted a finger." And in private reflections toward the end of his life, he was even more direct. In 1954, he confided to chemist Linus Pauling, "I made one great mistake in my life when I signed the letter to President Roosevelt recommending that atom bombs be made." For Einstein, the atomic age he had unwittingly helped unleash became a source of profound regret, a reminder that even the noblest intentions could lead to unimaginable horror. In the decade after the war, Einstein emerged as one of the world's most outspoken moral voices. He lent his prestige to causes he believed in deeply. He fought tirelessly for civil rights in America, describing racism as the country's worst disease. In 1946, he spoke at Lincoln University, the nation's first historically black college, calling segregation a disease of white people and vowing never to remain silent about it. He supported the young state of Israel with passion, seeing it as a refuge for Jews after the Holocaust. Yet he also warned against excessive nationalism and urged peaceful coexistence with Arabs. Einstein campaigned fiercely against Senator Joseph McCarthy's anti-communist witch hunts and against the development of the even more destructive hydrogen bomb. In 1946, he co-founded the Emergency Committee of Atomic Scientists, whose urgent motto was, "We must change the way people think to prevent nuclear catastrophe." In November 1952, following the death of Israel's first president, Chaim Weizmann, Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion offered the largely ceremonial presidency to Einstein. Deeply honored, Einstein nonetheless declined. In his response, he wrote, "I am deeply moved by the offer from our state of Israel, and at once saddened and ashamed that I cannot accept it. All my life, I have dealt with objective matters. One lacked both a natural aptitude and the experience to deal properly with people, and to exercise official functions. As the years advanced, Einstein's health began to fail. In 1948, doctors diagnosed an aortic aneurysm, a weakening in the wall of his main artery. He lived with the condition for 7 more years, continuing his work and activism. In April 1955, the aneurysm ruptured. Hospitalized at Princeton, Einstein refused surgery, telling his doctors, "I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go. I will do it elegantly." On April 18, 1955, AT 午前1時15分, Albert Einstein passed away peacefully at the age of 76. In his final moments, he murmured a few words in German to the night nurse at his bedside. She did not understand the language, and so Einstein's very last thoughts remained forever unknown. During the autopsy, pathologist Thomas Harvey made a controversial decision. He removed Einstein's brain without family permission, hoping future science might unlock the secrets of his genius. Eventually, the family granted retroactive consent for scientific study only. Harvey preserved the brain, slicing it into hundreds of pieces that were examined for decades, becoming the most studied brain in history. The rest of Einstein's body was cremated, and his ashes scattered in a secret location, as he had wished to discourage idol worship. Einstein once wrote, 100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and outer life depend on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure, as I have received and am still receiving through his revolutionary ideas. He gave humanity profound gifts, the foundations of GPS, lasers, solar cells, and a deeper understanding of the cosmos itself. But perhaps his greatest legacy was his warning. As he said after the atomic bomb, the unleashed power of the atom has changed everything, save our modes of thinking, and thus we drift toward unparalleled catastrophe. Albert Einstein, the quiet boy who hated school, the humble patent clerk who reshaped our view of the universe, the world-famous scientist who never stopped fighting for peace, justice, and human dignity. Thank you for watching this complete life story. If you enjoyed it, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We release new scientists' biographies every week. Question for you in the comments. What do you think was Einstein's greatest achievement? Relativity, the photoelectric effect, or his moral courage? See you in the next one.